What's up, team? I am back in the building, bringing you guys a brand new spanking movie review of Spider-Man Far From Home. Roll the trailer.
Everywhere I go, I see his face. I just really miss him.
Yeah, I miss him too. I don't think Tony would have done what he did if he didn't know that you were going to be here after he was gone.
You're right, you may not be ready, but this is my responsibility. Saving the world requires sacrifice. Sometimes people die.
Oh my God.
I don't know what it is, but that trailer just did not move me. I mean, when I watch it, it's like I've been there, done that. Let it be known, this trailer did not sell me to go see this movie. Spider-Man sold me to go see this movie. Let's talk about the director. Let's talk about the visuals. This film is directed by John Waltz, and I have to say, he did a really good job directing this film. Number one reason why is because you took Spider-Man from New York City, where we got all the big buildings, tall skyscrapers, all that good jazz, and you took him over to the UK, where it's not as massive and loud as New York City is. And you were still able to show Spider-Man be Spider-Man. And I was worried about that watching the trailers, because I'm like, yo, he ain't got them big buildings. His web slinging gonna be very minimum because, I mean, you don't have New York. It's in Europe now. And he still was able to show us Spider-Man. In fact, show us more of Spider-Man on a lower level platform instead of a higher tier as far as city-wise. And I thought he did a really good job with that. He also upped his antes in Far From Home compared to Homecoming by really showing us action. We got a lot more action in this movie. He was that visual and the way he captured Mysterio, I thought was freaking dope. I love Mysterio in this film because of the directing and the visuals. That alone was tight. I'm like, yo, whoa, oh, damn. He did his thing with Mysterio, and for that, you get one of these. I thought he handled Mysterio and Spider-Man very well in this film. The downside of his directing was he wasn't able to really capture them outside of the costumes. To me, like when Spider-Man is Peter Parker, it's like, get back to your suit. You know what I'm saying? And I felt a disconnection with that. Tom Holland's Spider-Man, the way he captured him was just like, it's like Homecoming again. It's like, okay, whatever, fine, all right, whatever, get over it. And I feel he failed in that department because Spider-Man and Peter Parker are they're the same, but they're two different characters. And I felt he dropped the ball when it came to the human side of all the characters. The action, the hero side of it, phenomenal. But the human side of it was kind of bland. It was like, okay, I see where you're going and I see what you're trying to do, but you need another lens or something. So for the most part, he did a really good job for what we came to see. But the other things, he fell flat in directing style. That's how I feel. The visuals were on point, hands down. Some of the best CG you've seen yet today. Like, phenomenal, man. That Mysterio sheet was just gorgeous. I was like, whoa, damn. I wish I watched this in Dolby. I watched it in IMAX and it looked phenomenal on IMAX. I can imagine what Dolby Vision looked like. You know what I mean? So, visuals were on point. Directing was good. He did a really good job. But that was the disconnect from the human side of the heroes. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the story. Let's talk about the script. I thought the story was okay. It got you in. It got you out. Peter Parker, school trip to Europe, chilling with classmates, some stuff pop off, Spider-Man has to save the day. Seems like a typical vacation episode of Saved by the Bell. But the script is what really has me up and down with it. Because the script was designed to have Spider-Man stand on his own 2 feet. And I think they did an okay job of doing that. But there was a lot of this and that that kind of made that journey rocky for me. Number one, too many jokes. Too many jokes. It was like a joke here, a joke there, a joke here, a joke there. Too many naive decisions in this script of, that ain't logical. Why would you do that? That's stupid. Who are you? What is this? A lot of that. And it kind of made that journey rocky. And it was like, okay, I'm going to take it. I guess this is how they're going to go with teenager behavior. But they still are, it's like they still don't know what teenagers do and how they think. And it was a lot of that in this journey. So the script was up and down. I know where they were going. I wasn't misled to your destination. I know where you were going. I know what you were doing. It's just the things in between were just like, what? Okay, I'm following you. I know where your destination is, but why? And when you debunk certain scenes with comedy, and then you try to force in emotions, and then you force in dumbass situations, and then you force in a villain, and then you force in his morality, and it's just, it was up and down with me. But it came together at the end, but it was just like, a lot of that stuff could have been chopped out and made the movie that much better, to me. Let's talk about the music. I thought the music was not existing. I don't remember any climactic scenes, any action scenes with the music. I don't remember it. And I feel like the MCU has been failing in that department when it comes to music. Yeah, it's there, you hear it, but it's really not noticeable. And for the scenes that Spider-Man, when he was doing the most epic stuff ever, that music should have been hand in hand with it. It wasn't hand in hand with the directing, because I sure didn't even care about the music. Let's talk about the cast. This film is starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, Samuel motherfucking Jackson, and Jake Gyllenhaal. And I have to say, they did a good job. But Jake, that boy's good. That boy's on fire. I love his take on Mysterio. He was the best part of this whole movie. Taking his acting abilities and that drive he has, mixed in with that action and that directing, fire, bruh. Jake, you get one of these. I couldn't see a better take on Mysterio than what Jake brought to the table. He brought Quentin and he brought Mysterio. And I was like, yo, this boy is good. Really enjoyed Jake in this movie. He really made the movie for me. I was looking forward to him throughout the movie. Just hands down. I just like the way Jake handled that character. And he's an old school character. And he was able to really modernize him, but keep him still old school. And he did a great job with Mysterio. Really loved him. Tom Holland did a good job second time around with Spider-Man. As Spider-Man. The downside of Tom Holland, and I have to blame the script for that. That's that Rocky stuff. Him standing on his own 2 feet. It's just, I wasn't buying him. Like, after Infinity War with, I don't know what's wrong with me, Mr. Stark. I don't know what's wrong with me. It seems like they're doing that Will Smith effect with him now. He's a whiner. It's like, grow up, bro. You're 16. Stop it. I want to do this. I don't want to be Spider-Man today. I don't want these responsibilities. It's like, stop it, yo. And I know what they were doing, but Tom was just not able to pull it off. He failed on that department. But I really liked him while he was in the suit to a degree. And I'll talk about my pros and cons with that. Zendaya, I thought, you know what? It was crazy watching her. They did a great job with her makeup. And I say that because, you know, she plays, I think her name is Michelle Jones or something like that. And she's a weird girl. And there were scenes about her that I thought was cute and refreshing. Innocent. And she did a good job doing that. Maybe it was the makeup. Cause she looked younger, no doubt. She looked younger. She looked innocent, and I dug it, and I liked it. I was like, okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? Okay, I see what you... I know what they're doing. It's just the script was just so rocky. It was so rocky. And then when, like, with the directing, with the script being rocky and the directing not really capturing it well, a lot of those scenes fell flat for me. They fell flat because I'm like, yo, I know where you were going, but you had the makeup, the costume, everything was perfect. But the script was just not there. Tom Holland acting was underwhelming, and Zendaya was, I think she did a better job than Tom Holland. And with Jake on screen just outshining every fucking body, you're kind of like, damn, I wish that director John was able to really push it up a notch real quick for me. Cause then I think if he did that, man, you would have had something great. You would have had the scenes that they were written. And I think honestly, because it was rocky, the scenes were forced. If they wasn't forced and they were organic, with a bump of directing, you would have had some fire right there. Samuel motherfucking Jackson is Samuel motherfucking Jackson. I like Samuel motherfucking Jackson. That's just, I like him. That's my dude. The walk he got, the cussing he does, the swag he carries, I just like him. You know what I mean? Even though I was let down in Captain Marvel on who he is, I still enjoy seeing Samuel motherfucking Jackson. Now Nick Fury, I don't give a fuck about Nick Fury, but I really like Samuel motherfucking Jackson. Alright, now I think I've done enough cussing for the day. But anyway, the acting is cool. JB Smoove, he had a joke. I chuckled. A lot of these characters, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of the actors in this movie, like the class, really didn't even matter. It felt like Class 1A in My Hero Academia's film. You just got a bunch of students here for no reason. No reason. Get them out. I don't care. Stop showing me these kids. They're in my way. Problems like that. You know what I mean? Because their acting wasn't like, It was like, okay, whatever. Saved by the Bell. Let's talk about pros. Let's talk about cons. Pros. The action. God damn, they amped it up a notch. They amped it up a notch in this movie compared to Homecoming. My gosh. They amped that shit up. I really enjoyed the action in this movie. And I enjoyed Jake Gyllenhaal, man. Jake was just, he's what this movie needs. I feel like if they got somebody else, this movie would have problems. It would have had problems, yo. It would have had problems. My gosh. Tom was cool as Spider-Man. Really enjoyed his take on Spider-Man becoming his own man. I get it. I liked it. I thought it was cool. Now let's talk about them cons. Tom Holland's also a con. I'm tired of him taking his mask off. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of Spider-Man taking his mask off. I don't know what him and Disney and Marvel got in the contract, but we know who you are when you're Peter Parker. Put on your goddamn mask. I'm tired of it. It takes you out of the movie. It's like, damn, is you Spider-Man or are you fucking Tom Holland? Because if you're going to be Tom Holland, just put on a Spider-Man pin and just climb on walls. Because you're supposed to be Spider-Man and you keep taking your mask off. Every scene. Every scene. You're just taking your mask off. I'm like, this is a barf in my mouth, yo. It's disgusting. Because you're shitting on Spider-Man. If either you want to play Spider-Man or you want to be an actor, Tom Holland, playing Spider-Man. And I hate what actors do nowadays, because that's what they do. They show their face all day, every day. They keep taking their mask off, and I got tired of it. He took his mask off at least 15 times. At least 15 times in a 2-hour film. And you gotta remember, he's not Spider-Man all through this movie. So, some scenes when he's Spider-Man, he took his mask off at least 4 times. Problem. That's a big con. Kept taking that freaking mask off. Another con is his friend Ned. He's in the way. Get him out the movie. And he didn't even look like a kid. That fool looked like a grown man. Them wrinkles are coming in and everything, bruh. Stop it. Ned's a problem. Problem. I'm not going to spoil this for you. But the biggest con of this movie is the very beginning, because it's slow. It's so slow. It's like, okay, oh my gosh. The movie just don't pop until Jake show up. I ain't gonna lie. The movie don't pop till Jake show up. The movie's very slow in the beginning. And the very end is such a con. It's like, what? Why did you do that? Why did you take it there? That's whack. Oh my God, I know what they're doing. It's like that. The biggest con is the end of the movie and the end credits. It's the biggest con of this whole movie. It's like you go from, why did you do that? Oh my gosh, that's whack. Ugh. Because you already accepted the movie what it is. You're like, okay, Spider-Man had a tight action scene. Okay, I get you. I get you. And then you're like, why did you do that? Damn. And you walk out the theater like, that's cold. Biggest con of the movie. Now let's go ahead and give this movie a grade. With all I said, the movie itself is enjoyable. But it is not exciting. And I think it's because of Endgame. We had a lot of stuff going on in this movie, but after watching Endgame and it being so close and so memorable, when you see Spider-Man, you're like, you need to step this up some. Visually, because you're like, yo, I just seen Cap with a Thor hammer and Thanos and you got Iron Man snapping finger. You've seen all this, and then you see Spider-Man doing Spider-Man, and you're like, okay, I'll take it, I guess. And I think that's an effect that rubbed on most of the audience. Because my audience, they did more laughing at jokes than cheering for action and epic scenes. The acting was okay. Directing was okay. Script was rocky, but okay. Story was basic. Music was not memorable. I'm going to give Spider-Man Far From Home. And the number one reason why is because Jake held this film up. I enjoyed Jake so much in this movie. Without Jake, this movie would have got a grade lower. But because of Jake and his take on Mysterio and his scenes were just so, like, I was like, yo, this is dope. I'm going to give Spider-Man Far From Home a B-. So you guys already get it. Without Jake, but Spider-Man Far From Home gets a B-. It's an enjoyable film. It's just not exciting. And I think that's because of Endgame. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. I keep that 100 at all times. If you're new to the channel and you're about real opinions and real reviews, go ahead and push that subscribe button. Thumbs up this video. And don't forget to share Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm J3. And I'm out.